fellow Drive Radio fans, Richard Rush here today with my dad, John Rush, behind the camera. And today we're going to take a look at the 2017 Nissan Pathfinder, which isn't all new for 2017, but there's quite a few different features. First and foremost, a more powerful engine with greater towing capacity, which actually is about 24 more horsepower than the previous generation. A slight front and rear redesign, sorry, it's a tongue twister there, which we'll show you here in just a second, kind of giving it a little bit more of a masculine feel to it. Larger standard touchscreen and revised steering and suspension. So with that, Dad, why don't we jump right on into the video, into the review. You can see the styling. Again, it's not a bad looking vehicle. Actually, we looked at this vehicle when we were looking at cars for my wife. The Toyota Highlander, the Nissan Pathfinder, the Honda Pilot, these new 3-row crossover SUVs, however you want to call them, are becoming more and more popular. So while you can see it right here, let's talk about what's on this platinum level trim. You get 20-inch wheels, as you can see there, the towing package, LED headlights, extra chrome all around, which you can see right here. That's part of the platinum package. Adaptive cruise control, forward collision warning and braking, heated and ventilated front seats, power steering wheel, and a wood interior trim also. And I don't believe it's on this trim level. Actually, I can tell you it is not. The family entertainment package is only available on the Platinum model itself. So really compares favorably in this segment. There's a lot of great choices. Again, in this third row, which we'll show you here in just a second. Overall styling, again, rear redone for this year. You do have the back windshield wiper right here. It's not up into the, kind of hidden at all, which some of its competitors are, but not many. As we go around here, Dad, why don't we just show them the back area? You do have an automatic opening trunk, which is a really nice feature, something that we're a fan of. So now you see both third row seats are up. You kind of got a 50-50 folding right here. Decent amount of cargo room back here. I don't have any numbers for what is, but I can tell you this, it's got nice storage here. Something else. We actually just bought a Toyota Highlander for different reasons. Mainly my wife was a preference of Toyota over anything else. Hers does not have this, and I wish it did. It's got a little bit of storage, but nothing this robust. The room is about the same. I am going to fold these down really quick and show you how easy this is. So you can see, actually it's pretty flat, maybe a little bit of a dip right here where the hinges are at, but decently enough to where you could get more cargo in there. You do have a 60-40 folding second row, which is nice. In terms of cargo capacity, let me make sure I get this right. 47.8 cubic feet right here. You do have cup holders, vents, which is a really nice feature. If you fold down the second row seats, that gives you nearly 80 cubic feet of cargo capacity, which is nice. So this is about average. It's not going to be class leading or anything like that, but it's more than enough to be suitable for, a soccer mom, something like that, especially if you have a car seat in the second row. One other thing to note, these third row, which we'll do our best to show you here in a second, I don't know if you would fit a full-size adult back there for a long period of time. You can in a pinch. It's more meant for teens and young adults there. So if you want to put it down, there's a nice little button there. You hear the beep, and it goes down. Dad, while we're here, why don't we just kind of roll into the back seat? And I'm actually going to show you what it looks like. There's a, oops, sorry, I dropped the Monroney. Pull up here. Just put that seat up. And actually, well, why don't we do this? I'll just climb right into the back here. So, let me get in, climb in. So, as you can see, let me get the mat put down. I've got enough room, but you can see right here where this second row is right now. I'm not going to get this seat back without pushing it forward. And one benefit of the second row Pathfinder seats, I should say, is you can actually stick a child seat in the second row, still tilt it forward, and it will still fit there without removing the child seat. However, as a result, you're going to lose some leg room in this, in this third row. Just something to know. It's not something that I would be terribly concerned with, because I'm not sure how much, that third row is going to be used, but something that I would note. So, let me push it back here. Oops, I got to get this mat situated, but we'll pull that back. And let me slide in here. So again, now I'm here in the second row, more than enough room. You do set up higher, which is nice. You can see over the first row. plenty of room. This is set for a 6'1", 6'2" passenger right here. I still have plenty of room, indentations if I need any more. Really a nice door apportionments here, which is a really nice feature. I guess, Dad, right here, there's some cup holders and such, which is nice. There's not a whole lot of other storage. There is maybe a sippy cup holder right here. Some nice door apportionments here. These seats do recline. The second row does recline. I know a lot of you ask about that. And well, it's a nice feature to have, to be honest. Let me actually scoot the seat back even farther. 2 cup holders here in the center console. You have temperature control right here for the, I guess, third climate zone, you could say, the second row and the third row. Heated outboard seats, as well as you do have a standard household outlet back in there, which is really nice. And there is, actually, we didn't show them this, but we'll do it here more on the inside. This panel actually is kind of separated from the front half, but this is a sunroof, sky roof, whatever you want to call it. We'll show you that here in just a second. It's not going to open, but this screen will come up, and this right here is actually, I guess, part of the B-pillar segment of the vehicle. Just something to note. So really pretty basic in terms of there for the Pathfinder. With that being said, I'll actually hop into the front seat, show you a little bit of that, and then we'll take a quick drive in the 2017 Nissan Pathfinder. All right, fans, front seat 2017 Nissan Pathfinder. Want to show you a few of the apportionments. Really nice seats here, comfortable in our opinion. Really enjoyed that. Let's show you the door panel, the door apportionments. The wood trim on the top, which is part of the Platinum package. We just showed you the cup holders. Not a whole lot of extra storage, which is something, I'll be honest, that our Toyota Highlander does have. Nice door plates right there. As you come throughout, carpeted floor mats is an option on this vehicle. We'll get into the price in just a second. Adaptive cruise control. Other steering wheel controls are pretty much the same. You do have your four-wheel drive ability to be able to lock in your differential all right here, which is a nice feature. Your heated and ventilated front seats, which is a nice feature. Both are dual zone climate controls, I'm trying to say. We'll show you the updated package here in just a second, or the updated infotainment system from Nissan. You do have the sunroof right here, which is just a manual open, and then during the driving portion, we'll show you the back here, there. But for the most part, not a whole lot unchanged. The biggest thing that you're going to see on the Platinum is this wood grain throughout, which gives it a nice luxurious feel. So with that being said, let's take a drive. 2017 Nissan Pathfinder. All right, fans, here we are, driving portion, 2017 Nissan Pathfinder. Before we do that, I'd like to show you the rear view and the surround view. First, Dad, let's show them the above view, the back area, whatever you want to call it, the back view sky roof, which is a really nice feature, goes all the way back into the third row. It's a fantastic feature. I don't know, personal favorite of ours. I really like that. Really opens up the light. We'll close that for lighting purposes for us. As we do this, this does come equipped with a 360-degree camera system as well as the backup camera. You do have dynamic grid lines, which is really nice. I can tell you, especially from my wife, our vehicle has this. She really likes that feature. It's something that she's a fan of. Helps her fit into tight spaces, sees where her doors are going to be, where the curb is at, which is really nice. She's a personal fan of that. So with that, we'll get ready to take a quick drive here, and actually we can do that right now. This does have a 3.5-liter V6 on it. Like I said before, a stronger, more powerful engine for this year. One thing to note that I did not know on this vehicle driving, I actually had to look it up. This does have a CVT transmission in it. And some of you are going to say, well, how did you not know? Well, Nissan has put some different things in here to actually simulate different shift points throughout your drive. So the only time you really notice is when you get on the vehicle, when you get on the gas, but even then it's really hard to notice. You don't have that shift shock that you do with a standard automatic transmission. So it's something that was a pleasant surprise. They've done that to help with fuel economy, and really CVT transmissions we found are really noticeable or really not noticeable. They've done a fantastic job on this one. Something to note for you, Nissan. In terms of our fuel economy, this is rated for 19 and 26. We've been averaging right around 22, 23 miles per gallon. So definitely right in there in the ballpark, which is really great, especially up here at our altitude. in terms of the driving comfortability and overall kind of revised suspension for this year, you can definitely feel it. It's a quiet vehicle on the inside. It's a nice driving vehicle. It's comfortable. I didn't have any issues with it being overly noisy, or even with the 20-inch wheels on it. The only time where you get a little bit of a noise, honestly, is with that CVT transmission. You are going to hear that more than you are the standard automatic transmission. As we get driving in terms of comfortability, and actually, Dad, I almost forgot to do this. This is not, well, it's a newer system, is the Nissan kind of their infotainment system right here. They've redesigned some of the buttons, made it a little bit more intuitive. This is some of what we saw on some of their Infiniti vehicles a while back, and it's being more common on some of their Nissan vehicles. We'll let these bikers pass here in just a second. Really, I'm glad that Nissan has changed some of this around. I wish that they would go to more of the updated times. It's something that we've been probably one of the biggest critics of Nissan and Infiniti on, is that whole infotainment system. They've done a relatively good job at correcting that with this new system, which is really nice. Everything else is standard Nissan in terms of you've got automatic high beams, you do have the adaptive cruise control that we mentioned before. So with that, I guess my opinion of this vehicle, honestly, it's a very competitive vehicle in its market. Is it going to blow you away? Well, you're going to have to be the judge. We got several comments from people about not liking the exterior styling and exterior look of this vehicle. Really, it may boil down to what's your personal preference on this. So, Dad, with that, what are your thoughts?
All of what you just said, great vehicle. It's not the Pathfinder of old, so if you're used to, in my era, Pathfinder meant a pretty hardcore off-road vehicle. That is not this. They changed that a few years ago. Great vehicle. You just need to go check it out at your local Nissan dealer and see if you like it.
Absolutely, and do just that. And when you do that, test it out, bring your family, test this vehicle at your local dealer, let them know that John and Richard Rush from Drive Radio sent you.